আসসালামু আলাইকুম প্রিয় শিক্ষার্থী বন্ধুরা, আমি তোমাদের জন্য সপ্তম শ্রেণীর ইংরেজি বইয়ের লেসন 6-এর লেসন 5-এর প্যাসেজটি নিয়ে আসছি। আমি তোমাদের মাঝে পড়াটা বারবার পড়ে শোনাচ্ছি। আমার সাথে তোমরা পড়াটা বারবার পড়ো এবং ধীরে ধীরে মুখস্থ করার চেষ্টা করো। ইংরেজি রিডিংয়ের জড়তা দূর করার চেষ্টা করো। জিসান জুলি, জিসান জুলি, জিসান জুলি, জিসান জুলি, জিসান জুলি, and their parents, and their parents, and their parents, and their parents. জিসান, Z-I-G, 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 S-H-N, shan, S-H-A-N, shan, S-H-A-N, shan, Jishan, 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 Jishan. Julie, J-U-Ju, 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 L-I-E, Lee, L-I-E, Lee, Julie, Julie, L-I-E, Lee, Julie, Andy and T-H-E-I-R, there, T-H-E-I-R, there, T-H-E-I-R, there, T-H-E-I-R, there, T-H-E-I-R, there, P-A, 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 R-E-N-T-S, rents, R-E-N-T-S, rents, R-E-N-T-S, rents, parents, 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 and their parents, and their parents, and their parents, Mr. and Mrs., Mr. and Mrs., Mr. and Mrs., Mr. M-R, Mr. M-R, Mr. M-R, Mr. Andy and MRS, Mrs., MRS, Mrs., MRS, Mrs., MRS, Mrs., ARIF, 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 KHAN, 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 GOT got, GOT got, GOT got, GOT got, iron in, TO2, 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 into A, got into A, got into A, got into A, fast, honesty fast, honesty fast, fast, Mr. and Mrs., Mr. and Mrs. Arif Khan, Arif Khan, Arif Khan, got into A, fast, got into A, fast, got into A, fast, got into A, fast. CLASS class, CLASS class, CLASS class, compartment, COM, com, PART part, PART part, PART part, MENT, ment, compartment, compartment, ATAT, Kamalpur, Kamlapur, KAMA, com, LA, Kamla, KAMA, com, LA, Kamla, PUR, Kamlapur, KAMA, com, LA, Kamla, PUR, Kamlapur, RAIL, rail, railway, station, STION, shan, railway station, IT it, WAS was, TIC the, it was the, Dewanganj, DEWAN, 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 GANG, Ganj, Dewanganj, DEWAN, 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 GANG, Ganj, Dewanganj, BOUND, bound, Dewanganj, bound, 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 Tista, TIS, Tista, 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 Express, EXX, 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 PRE, double S, press, express, EXX, EXX, PRE, double S, express, Tista Express, Tista Express, Tista Express, Zishan, 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 ZIZ, 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 SHAN, Shan, Zishan, SAW, Zishan Shaw, TICT dat, Zishan Shaw dat, TIC that, departure, DE, PAR for depart, DED, PR for depart, TU or Richard, departure, DED, PR for depart, TU or Richard, departure, TIME time, ON1, TIC that, BIG, TIME time, departure time, on the, big time, table of table of the OF of TIC the station TION station WAS 7:30 AM 7:30 AM 7:30 AM beauty bat TIC the TRAIN train Elliot left 8 o'clock CL OC clock CL clock SOW how EVE river however SOW how EVE river however SOW how EVE river however TIC the TRAIN train WAS running. Are you and run? Engineering, running. KUITE, quiet, quiet, FST fast. TIC the CSIL seal DREN children SAT sat BY by TIC the WIN DOW window beside BEB side TICI are there parents rents parents their parents TIC the COM PRT part compart compartment WAS was ACLF help EMP TYT YES DAY yesterday JUJU LIE Julie Yesterday, Julie. Yesterday, Julie. I said he had. I said he had. I said he had. Downloaded. Downloaded. DOWN down. DOWN down. DOWN down. LOA. LOA. Did. Downloaded. Downloaded. Downloaded a. Downloaded a. Beautiful. BEAU. 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 TIT. Beauty. FUL. Full. FUL. Full. FUL. Full. Beautiful. Poem. POEM poem, POEM poem, POEM poem, ON1, a trend, TRAIN trend, TRAIN trend, TRAIN trend, JOUR jar, JOUR jar, JOUR jar, NEY knee, journey, BY by, RO ROBERT 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 BERT Robert Louis 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 is Louis Robert Louis Stevenson Ben Stevenson Robert Louis Stevenson and printed print T dated OUT a copy copy OF TIC poem a coffee off the poem SACC took she took a similarities SIC MI me see me LA RIRI TIS similarities SIC MI me see me LA similar RIRTIS ritis similarities between BEB twin between BEB TWEN twin between the poem TIC the poem and real real sincerely SCEN sin SCENE sincere শব্দটা আমাদের ভুল গেছে এটা সিনারি SCECNE না সি না ROID সিনারি SCECNE না ROID সিনারি SCECNE না ROID সিনারি SHEC TOOK OUT out TIC the poem and BEB GAN began TO2 read এখন আমরা উচ্চারণগুলো আরো দুই একবার করে পড়ে আসব জিশান জুলি and their parents Mr. and Mrs. Arif Khan got into a fast class compartment at Komlapur railway station at Komlapur railway station, at Komlapur railway station, at Komlapur railway station. It was the Dewanganj, it was the Dewanganj, it was the Dewanganj, it was the Dewanganj bound Tista Express, bound Tista Express, bound Tista Express. Jishan saw that, Jishan saw that, Jishan saw that, Jishan saw that. The departure, the departure, the departure. Time on the, time on the, time on the, big time, big time. Big time, big time, time on the, 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 big time, big time. Table of the, table of the, table of the station was, station was, station was. 7:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m. But the train left, train left, train left at 8 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, at 8 o'clock. However, the train was, the train was, the train was running quite fast, running quite fast, running quite fast, running quite fast. The children sat, the children sat, the children sat by the window, by the window beside, by the window beside, by the window beside their parents, their parents, their parents, their parents. The compartment was half empty, was half empty, was half empty. Yesterday, Julie, yesterday, Julie, yesterday, Julie, yesterday, Julie, yesterday, Julie, yesterday, Julie had downloaded a beautiful poem, a beautiful poem, a beautiful poem, a beautiful poem on a train, on a train journey, on a train journey, on a train journey by, one a train journey by, train journey by, train journey by. Robert Louis Stevenson, Robert Louis Stevenson, Robert Louis Stevenson, Robert Louis Stevenson, and printed out, and printed out, and printed out a copy, a copy, a copy, a copy, a copy, a copy of the poem, of the poem, of the poem. She took a, she took a, she took a, she took a, she took a. Print out of the poem, print out of the poem, print out of the poem. Now while, now while, now while, now while looking out of the windows, of the windows, of the windows, she found, she found, she found similarities, similarities, similarities between the poem, the poem, the poem, and real scenery, and real scenery, and real scenery, and real scenery. She took out, she took out, she took out the poem, the poem, the poem, and began to read, 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 and began to read. আজ এই পর্যন্ত, সবাই ভালো থাকো। যদি ভিডিওটি ভালো লাগে সাবস্ক্রাইব করো, লাইক করো, শেয়ার করো।